How's everybody doing? All right, good. Everybody taking precautions with the virus and whatnot? And we know what the Bible says, wash and pray. I mean, watch. All right. So we're already prepared, aren't we? All right. All right. Make sure you get a handout, and we'll get right to today's tongue. All righty. Just as a icebreaker, what did you call the person who was always prying into somebody else's business? Nosy Rosie. Or Nosy Richard. All right. And so today we're going to look at the meddling tongue. The meddling tongue. What is the goal of the person who pries into the affairs of others? What's the goal? You think, what is the goal? To get information? Okay. To spread gossip. And we're going to talk about the difference between the one who gossips and the one who meddles another time. But they're twins. They're just not identical. So you said to gather information. What else? What's the goal of the meddler? Gain information. Cause confusion. Okay. Cause confusion. Okay. Well, there are a list of questions, and we're going to come back to the goal of those who have this type of tongue. But I want to give you a list of questions that these individuals will typically ask, and then that will give you a sense of what's the goal. Some may ask, how can you afford such an expensive item? Okay. Yeah. Did you pay cash for that? Okay. Another question, what size is the dress you're wearing? Another question, what type of surgery are you having? Meddler don't have any boundaries. Don't have any boundaries. Okay? Yeah. If people want you to know what type of surgery they're having, they'll what? They'll tell you, right? Not so with the meddler. Okay? Another question, how much did you pay for your house? Is he your real father? So the statement of summation mode, these are the types of questions that serve no other purpose than to satisfy an inquiring mind. So the meddler asks questions for one purpose and one person, one purpose only, and that is to know your business. They want to know people's business. They don't wait to be told. They ask themselves. Some people are just nosy. You know what? The person, you don't ever have to guess if somebody knows it. Think about that. You don't have to guess. You don't have to guess. Okay? And so this is the way that they find out their information. Okay? They will ask you these questions without even thinking about the sensitivity, nothing. Okay? Look at what the Bible has to say about those who, by their tongue, will raise questions and try to find out information. First, let's look at Proverbs 26 and 17. Okay, New Revised Standard Version. I want you to get a sense of kind of the different labels, the different titles, the different descriptions of such persons from Scripture. Okay, now the New Revised Standard Version says, like somebody who takes a passing dog by the ears is one who meddles in the quarrel of another. The ears of the dog is one of the most sensitive areas of the dog. And if you want to be bitten, mess with a dog's ears. So what is the proverbial saying here? What is the proverbial saying? What is the lesson? If you are an individual who pries in the affairs of others, okay, you are waiting for a negative experience. Okay. Sometimes people don't know it's some hood in you until they bring it out. And then they say, oh, I didn't know you was like that. Well, you brought it out of me. Okay. So here is the parallel. Okay, you can take a docile, mixed breed, stray dog, mutt, fool with his ears. Okay, and you're probably gonna get bitten. So here, that's the parallel here is that the searcher is saying here. Let's look at 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 11. For we hear that some of you are living in idleness, mere busybodies, not doing any work. So here, the NRSV translation is not meddler, but busybody. Okay. You have some people who are always busy trying to get in somebody else's business, but they don't handle their own business. Busy bodies. Okay. Now look, listen to the negative description here of such individuals. Meddlers, okay, busybodies. And look at 1 Peter 4 and 15. If any of you suffers as a Christian, do not consider it a disgrace, but glorify God. Okay, this is 16. We're going to go back. This is okay. Okay, since you're there, okay. But let none of you suffer as a what? Murderer, a thief, a criminal, or even as what? Mischief maker. Look at the negative labels, the negative descriptions, the negative connotation. Meddler, busybody, mischief maker. Okay, and you could probably even call the person who bothers the dog a fire starter. Okay? One who is playing with fire. There's nothing positive about the meddling tongue. Okay? Nothing positive. And yet, how many of us have relatives who need to be listening to this Bible study? Oh, she's so nosy. I hate going to her house. Before they speak to you, they're asking you questions. Mm-hmm. Well, I bet you that outfit cost you. Who paid for it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the statement of summation, if one is a genuine meddler, know that God does not consider nose poking in the affairs of others a small matter. Isn't it listed among other sins? You remember the sins that Peter listed? You know, murderer and all that kind of stuff. And mischief maker, meddling, or meddlers, that's sin. Okay. All right? All right. So let's go to a number, I think it's the third category. So this is how we can help our sisters and brothers who perhaps struggle with this particular tongue. Okay? We can say to them, ask themselves a few questions. Number one, why am I asking so many questions? It's a good question for them to ask themselves. Number two, is it really any of my business? Think about this. Who wants to know everything about other people? Think about that. Who wakes up and the goal of the day is to find out the details of everybody's situation? Some people, that's their goal. Okay. Number three, do I have a sincere, unselfish motive for prying into this matter? That is, being honest. Number four, am I attempting to control things for my desired objectives? So the challenge here that we can share with those who struggle in this way, seek information that will allow you to serve, love, and support people better. Okay. There's a difference between me saying, well, how much money do you make in a week? As opposed to, well, can you give me some idea about where you're falling short so that I can see, if I can assist you? It's a different motive. I want to see if I can serve you better. Different motive. As opposed to someone just blatantly coming out wanting to know how much a person brings home. Okay? Because then what they're going to do is they're going to take that weekly, then they're going to multiply it, see how much you make in a month, then they're going to take that, then they're going to see what your annual salary is. Or if you tell them about your benefits, then they're going to know all about your benefits. You know what I found out today? So-and-so gets so-and-so and stuff. Let me tell you about their benefits package. Now think about that. Now that's not include their salary now. Because their salary is such and such. Meddlers. Okay. So how do we respond to such questions? Well, the easiest thing to do is say, it's none of your business. But you got to be in the spirit when you say that now. You got to be in the spiritual realm. Okay? It's really none of your business. Now, is that hard for you to say? No. It's easy, isn't it? That's none of your business. Okay. Here's something else we can say. It was a gift. We're not telling them where we got it from. We're not telling them how much it costs. Okay. It was a gift. Well, who gave it to you? Now, y'all know that's coming now. I wish I had a friend like that would give gifts like that. Who gave it to you? How long you had it? How you meet them? How long you been knowing them? To some degree, meddlers have kind of like a groupie mentality. What's in it for them? They want to hang around people who have something that they do not. And they want a piece of it without sacrificing, without knowing, what it costs, what the commitment of and all of that. Here's another response. I'm not comfortable having this conversation with you. Okay. Another response, I refuse to betray a trust. If they're asking you about information, or if they're asking you about someone else, or something has been shared with you in confidence, nope, I am not going to betray a trust. Okay. What are some other responses? Yes, Rap?
I always ask them, what are you going to do with that information that I'm
Yeah.
about to give you?
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you?
Their
Yeah.
motive for asking, are
Yeah.
you going to pray for that person? Are you going to send
Yeah.
a card? Are you going to
Yeah.
donate some money?
Yeah.
I go straight to the
That's good. That's good. That's good. And if the motive is sincere, they don't mind the question. But if the motives are selfish and they have a whole nother agenda, they're going to become what? Defensive. Well, excuse me. I was just trying to have a conversation. No, you weren't trying to have no conversation. Okay. So when we respond, I think I got 3 little things here. Be spiritual. Okay. Don't get loud. Don't use words that you're going to have to apologize for. Be spiritual. Okay. Number 2, be short. Okay. It doesn't take long to say, it's none of your business. I don't want to have this conversation. Okay. Okay. This is that is confident, etc. Be short. In this situation, less is more. And then number 3, be serious. Man, why you asking me all no questions? See, they think they got a chance now. But if I look at you in your face and not smiling, yeah, I'm serious. And in those times, you got to be serious. Yeah, because they are up to no good. They are up to no good. Okay. Questions about the meddling tongue? Yes.
With some of this too, there may be an underlying jealousy. They're just jealous
Yeah.
of where you are or what it is you're doing, wanting to know how you got to where you are.
Absolutely. 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 There is something that is feeding the beast, so to speak. And sometimes it's jealousy. Sometimes it's jealousy. Because if people have answers, then they can do something with those answers. Yeah. If they got information, they can do something with it. The only people can hurt you are those that are within arm's length of you. Only somebody can get to you. The challenge there is that sometimes people reach through your circle to get to you. Got to have a tight circle. Tightest circle is me, myself, and I. Yeah. We just live in a day and time where it's interesting. Just say a bit. Yeah.
I have a nephew that's in the NBA, and oftentimes people come to me and ask me for tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not in the NBA. My dad's
Uh-huh.
in the NBA.
Yeah.
I said, I think you need to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, don't you give you tickets, free tickets?
Yeah.
I said, that's not the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
He's in the NBA. I'm not in the NBA.
Yeah.
He does give me tickets.
Yeah.
Tickets come to me. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing him.
Yeah.
He's seeing coach now. He's a coach now.
Yeah.
And he comes to me and he says, come on, would you come to this? I said,
Yeah.
but then other people, I said, well, look, I hear that at the barber shop the majority of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. What barbershop you go? No, just teasing. I was just playing. Mary Helen, did you hear his point or his question over here? Okay, we'll make sure we got that. Okay, yeah. Okay. But any other comments, any questions? Yes, Lynn?
Pastor, what if you just respond, I'm blessed? Now, is that...
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's spiritual right there. That's spiritual. Yeah. The Lord, I mean, aren't you happy for me? The Lord just blessed me. Then, you know, they do that crooked smile. Well, you know they're not happy for you. Yeah. They were up to something else. Yeah. The Lord has blessed me. The Lord has blessed me. Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Has this ever happened to you personally? Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know. Man, somebody hit the lottery last night. No. And sometimes, you know, when they're fishing and you're not biting, they're going to come back again. They're going to come back again now. And because they're up to that knowledge or information, because they just want to know. They just want to know. They want to know. Personal reason. They must know. Okay? And the only way they are going to know, no one trusts them to tell them. So they got to get it on their own. And they will poke and they will pry until, you know. And sometimes people find out if there's a weak link in the chain, and they'll go to the weak link, and they will poke and pry, and that it happens all the time. That's how they find stuff about, you know, what churches are going through. That's how they find out, you know, the income of people. They find out about church budgets. They ask people who are members of that church, and you know, they friends and they hang out. But the only people should know church business are the members of that church. But the problem is you got members of the church who are buddy with somebody else, and they tell them everything. And then they take it and that's how it gets out. That's just how it gets out. People begin to pry and poke and all of that. Jones?
Pastor, sometimes they'll make up a lie too to try to get information out of it.
Yes, indeed. So I heard such and such. Is that true? I mean, had you heard that? But so what? I didn't believe, but what really happened? They're cunning. They're crafty. And you got to know what they're up to. Okay? So yeah, that happens. They will, that's what you call prying. That's what you call poking. That's what you call meddling. Yep. And it's unfortunately, it's what some people love to do. Some people live to do that. Okay? Yeah. Any other questions or comments concerning this particular tone? Okay.
Online question.
Okay, online. What is it?
How do you get someone in your circle not to communicate to the people in their circle?
Okay. Well, if a person doesn't understand that they're in your circle, they don't need to be in your circle. I am friends with you. I am not friends with your friend. People got to understand that. And so that's why, you know, you just got to know who your real friends are. And you got to know the levels of friendship. You got to know the limitations of relationships and all of that. Because you got some people who are in too many circles. I wish I could say a whole lot else about that. You got some people who are all over the place. They are everybody's best friend. Hopefully the viewer got that. Okay? But yeah, again, tight circle and just got to know. And people who are close to you got to know they're close to you. Okay? And somebody who is not close to you, okay, but they're close to me, you got to know the dynamics of their relationship. Okay? So I mean, everybody's got to know. And that's what I meant by I will not betray a trust. I will not betray a trust. I'm not going to do it. Okay? That person shared something with us in confidence, and we're not going to spread that to somebody else that we're close to, but they don't know anything about them. And people do that all the time. You're not going to believe what I just you're not going to believe the phone call I just had. You need to sit down. I'm telling you, you ain't going to believe this. Betrayed a trust. Betrayed confidentiality. Did not honor confidentiality. Okay? And you have to know the difference between keeping a secret and honoring confidentiality. There's a tremendous difference between the two. Okay? All right. Any more questions online? Okay? All right. We good on this tongue? All right. This is one of those tongues need to be cut out and put a plastic one in there. All right. Any announcements, Marcel?
Tomorrow at 5 o'clock during our weekly dinner, we're going to celebrate the pastor's 57th birthday.
That's your third time saying my age. I'll see you after this session. All right. Any other announcements? We good. Alan?
Any of the ladies that need CDs and words for Women's Day, please see me immediately following this.
Need CDs? See Brother Allen. All righty. Make sure you vote. I'm headed there as soon as this is over. All right. Bless you. Love you. Enjoy the rest of your day. How'd everything go?